so I'm going to try to show you how I made this witch. This is just a tomato cage, and I actually used them for Christmas trees. So I already had the lights all hooked up in them. And these are just large ribbon spools, and I found this at Michael's, and this spider web netting one at Michael's as well, and they come cut in these in this length, and then I just cut them to the size that I wanted. So this is her, like her dress, the sparkly mesh one, and then this is going to be her cape. And all I did was you just go around, and then I zip tied it at the top to hold it all together, and then you just take the pieces and layer them over each other to make the cape. And this pumpkin colored mesh is kind of just holds it in place. And I already have just a bunch of them pre-cut. There's no exact science to this. It really, just the overall look is there without having to do a lot of, making sure it's precise. You just go in and fill in the areas that need to be filled in. And of course, this is her cape, so I don't want it to cover up the entire front. I'm going to take this one out because it's a little bit short. Use this one instead. Okay, so once you have it all, you just kind of gather it together. Make sure you have it all in there. Hand. You can use zip ties or pipe cleaners, it really doesn't matter. I used a zip tie for the orange. I'm going to use a pipe cleaner for the black just because it's black. So, and then just tighten that down so none of them slip through. Get it like that. I think that looks good, as long as it's open. Okay, so, and then I made this a while back. I got this idea on Pinterest. This is just a milk jug, and you paint it green or whatever color you want your witch to be. Now mine kind of fell with some really heavy wind, so I need to go back in and touch up her face. And you just draw a face on her, and this is just a black trash bag that you cut into strips, and it makes her hair. But the really neat thing about this is when the wind blows, it moves her hair back and forth, and she kind of does look like a real witch. But you take the top of the tomato cage, and I did put a garden styrofoam for bouquets and stuff inside there to kind of have something to help it latch onto. And you kind of just get them all stuck up in there like that, and then you have your witch. And I have extra things that I add on to her, so I'll just let that keep rolling as I get the other stuff for. I'm just gonna put this in place with another piece of pipe cleaner so that it doesn't fall off. Of course, that makes her look a little fancy with her faux fur. And then these came from the dollar store. Hats, and you can do black or polka dotted. Mine, which wears kind of an orangey color, so she's gonna wear an orange hat. So anyway, there she is, and I'll show you her lit up. She's really cute. I mean, I'm 5'4". You can see she's almost the same height as me, so she's pretty neat. She makes a good presentation from the road. She's super easy, super cheap. I would say maybe $15 for the whole thing. So very, very, very inexpensive to make.